talking trash.
They're all gonna laugh at
The evil is free.
you! In her soul, Jesus, common of dirt!
Hello.
Cinema de Merde.
Hey, this is Scott from Merde, and I am wearing a large fuzzy hat. Today we're going to talk about the motion picture Neon Maniacs. This is from 1986, is directed by Joseph Mangin, stars Clyde Haynes, Liliana Sarell, Donna Locke, and Victor Brandt. This is a little known, totally bizarre 80s cheese fest, and is notable for the amount of times it'll have you asking yourself,
What the fuck?
The screen remains blank as this ominous voiceover helpfully informs us.
When the world is ruled by violence and the soul of mankind fades, the children's path shall be darkened by the shadows of the Neon Maniacs.
Did you know that? I did not know that. Then you say to yourself, you know, I bet that whole bit was added later just to explain the title, because there is nothing neon about these maniacs. But you know, at this point, whatever, I would take even fluorescent maniacs. I mean, just give me some kind of illuminated maniac. Although these ones aren't illuminated either. So we open with some fisherman dude who finds a cattle skull propping open this door. I mean, those things are just littering San Francisco. Tucked neatly inside is a complete set of Neon Maniacs collectible trading cards. Proving that this is a band of murderous mutant zombies who understand the marketing value of collectible collateral. Anyway, soon the guy is dead and all the trading cards are smeared with his blood. Oh my god, those are gonna be worth so much on eBay now. We next introduce our horny teen victims. They go out and park somewhere and disperse in order to get it on and do stupid teen things. Our heroine Natalie remains in the van where she confides to her friend that her hymen remains unbroken. Watch what happens right as this information is revealed.
I bet you're the last virgin in San Fran.
Could we be having some subtext? Could the whole monster invasion be intricately tied to the matter of Natalie's virginity? Let's watch and find out! So the Neon Maniacs soon show themselves, and they're a group of random monsters comprising sort of a village people of monsterdom. I mean, there's a biker, there's an Indian, there's a cop. So within a few minutes, all the teens, except for Natalie, are slaughtered. This is the sort of movie in which you see something like this. We then introduce this girl, Paula, who's sort of a tomboy and aspires to do movie makeup. She has several professional-looking monster masks in her room, and it struck me during a 360-degree pan of the room how curiously sparse her shelves are. We're going to come back to Paula in a big way. But first, it would seem that Natalie's mom and her dad are off somewhere, which causes Natalie to feel all alone in the world, which is best experienced by stripping down to a bikini. She goes for a relaxing dip in the pool, but is soon almost menaced by a nearby Neon Maniac. We now come back to Paula Peterson, the tomboy mask maker with the sparse shelves. Her daily wear consists of a tracksuit and a baseball cap worn sideways.
Well, keep me posted, okay? Wendy, you ready?
She looks like a 24-year-old woman trying to play a 12-year-old, and the effect on you is like, what am I looking at? At first you're like, wait a minute, am I supposed to believe that she's just 14, or is she really supposed to be 24 and is just retarded? You can't be sure, but her whole manifestation is so repulsive that you just kind of want her to go away. She tries to contact Natalie about the Neon Maniac problem in town, but Natalie won't listen to her because she's like, so gross.
Excuse me, are you Natalie Lawrence? Yes.
By the way, in here we catch a glimpse of Steve, who's all warm for Natalie's form, but has so far been presented as this total dork. Then we have an abrupt transition to which I can only describe as the penis baguette. Please note the soft pop rock playing during that scene and many others, which is a major feature of the entire movie. There are several exciting songs coming up, some of them which are performed by this group. Snow. In fact, this movie is so deliciously 80s, you'll be saying things like this.
And why can't you go?
Because I'm going shopping with Tracy.
Anyway, so something or other happens and the Neon Maniacs are on the prowl again. Steve and Natalie run to the nearest subway train where she says,
Must have gotten on.
and he responds,
Let's hope not.
oh, well, thanks for your contributions, Steve. I guess I hope not, too. Oh yeah, let's just hope. Okay, let's just hope, everybody. Then it turns out, the Neon Maniac is driving the train! Steve and Natalie are, of course, chased again, but defeat them for now, causing Natalie to make an ookie face. While this is going on, Paula Peterson is menaced by her own Neon Maniac, and she discovers that they dissolve when thrown in water. Water-soluble zombies. When exposed to water, they turn into something like this. So Paula finally gets to explain this to Natalie.
What I'm saying is that the only defense against these things is water.
They decide that they can safely go to the big high school dance tonight, and they don't have to worry about the Neon Maniacs because...
Now, if we can get enough squirt guns for the kids at the dance tonight...
It'd be the safest place to be.
That's right, they'll just arm everyone with squirt guns. So you see, no problem. Turns out this event we're going to is not just a high school dance, but a battle of the bands. And not only that, but Steve and his band are performing. Around this time we noticed that even though Steve was introduced as this total dork, he's now transformed in this Rick Springfield-like rock star, and he sings his hit, Baby Lied.
If baby lied to me, she must have lied to you.
Meanwhile, Natalie's in the crowd being all sensual, despite the fact that the Neon Maniacs are creeping into the room, but you know, she's got a squirt gun, so she's like, what? Paula Peterson is present as well, looking creepy as ever in a vampire costume, and at one point clapping her hands like one of those wind-up monkeys that crash the cymbals together. Yeep, yeep. So it's time for the other band to perform, this 80s metal kind of thing in the Poison vein, who performed their hit, We've Had Enough. We've had enough! While this is happening, the Neon Maniacs are creeping around, and this really leads to one of the strangest sequences of film I ever thought I'd see. Please watch this unedited footage and tell me if you ever thought you'd see a movie that had a sequence like this. While the Neon Maniacs are mingling, Steve has gone to Natalie's side, but has to get back to the stage and excuses himself with the suave,
I gotta go jam.
yeah, I gotta go jam. Steve sings this delightfully 80s ballad until the Neon Maniac apocalypse begins, whereupon all the teens panic rather than coolly applying their squirt guns, as Steve advises, from the stage. So Steve and Natalie flee, leaving Paula behind to fend for herself. Natalie's like, but what about Paula? And Steve says, she'll be fine. And totally, I mean, I want to get rid of her too. So they run to some classroom and are hiding behind the science counter with a Neon Maniac literally right outside the door, and that's when they decide to do it. We don't see for sure, but I think we're supposed to understand that Natalie loses her virginity, and you'll notice that the entire situation wraps itself up right after this. It's all resolved when Paula Peterson turns the fire hose on the Neon Maniacs, causing mass meltdown. Now please note that Paula, who throughout has been attired in boys' clothes and has never really projected a feminine anything, now takes care of the situation by holding a large hose between her legs and spewing white foam all over the mutant men. I'm just saying. This movie's just so amazingly stupid, it's kind of fun. It's never explained where the Neon Maniacs come from, what they are, or what they want. And then there's surprises like the totally unexpected delight of discovering our dorky hero Steve is a rock star. I'm really surprised I haven't heard more about this movie, as it is a righteous and justified 80s cheese classic. Watch that shit. Once more, this is Scott from Cinema de Merde, where you find lots of other reviews and videos and podcasts and things like that, and you should go there now. It's CINEMADEMERDE. Okay, later folks. I got a jam.